What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new episode for everybody. Back from the Super Bowl hangover. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good tonight. Yesterday was a different story.
Yeah, man, it was a rough, rough.
It's always rough after the Super. It wasn't even like it used to be like a hangover thing. Now it's just like exhaustion. Especially if you're hosting a party, you got people coming over, you're cooking food all day. You have a couple beers, and then you sit down. Next thing you know, it's time to put the kids to bed. You clean everything up. 11 o'clock, and you're like, oh no, I can't. You got to go to work tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie. I felt like a lot of people took off yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I think I went to the store like in the middle of the day, and then it was like nobody on the roads. So I was like, interesting. But
they just need to push it one more week and give people, I know not everyone has President's Day off, but yeah, push it one more week, and then you get the holiday for a lot of people.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see. We got All-Star weekend this weekend, so it's gonna be but I feel like it's not as eventful compared to the Super Bowl. So
no.
I mean, let's get right into it, man. We had the Super Bowl wrap up. We had the Chiefs versus the Eagles. I mean, this game kind of went I want to say how we thought it would, but we kind of thought the Eagles would win, but we also didn't want to bet on the Chiefs. But I mean, the Eagles came out in dominant fashion, and they pretty much controlled this game from beginning to end, man.
Yeah, it was. Like you said, it wasn't a game we were expecting. I thought that there's a chance the Eagles could kind of come out and dominate the defensive line, which is what they did. Yep. I guess I just expected a little more of a push from the offense of the Chiefs, and it just never came. I thought the big turning point in the game, they had not played well for most of the first half, and they were still only down, I'd say lucky to be down 10-0, and got the ball back and immediately threw a pick six to Cooper DeJean, and I felt like that was, for me, that was it.
Yeah.
They just didn't have it. So, I thought that the Eagles came out and did what you need to do to beat Mahomes, and what the Bucs did a few years ago is you got to make them uncomfortable. And it's what, Spags has done to a million quarterbacks. He did it to Tom Brady once or twice, at least once, at least in 2007. Just by rushing four and putting pressure, dropping seven in coverage, and yeah, if you can do that, that's kind of the recipe for success in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, man. They were throwing out some crazy stats. Teams that don't pass rush in the Super Bowl are undefeated pretty much. That streak continues. That Georgia front four and those other two guys. I mean, I don't know how the hell the Eagles drafted these guys. All of them back to back. But I mean, they're all pretty much on their second and rookie year deals. Carter's probably going to be one of the next upcoming big defensive linemen. I mean, he's like 22. Man, I'm just, I want to say I'm not flabbergasted. I'm more flabbergasted for my Giants, man. Like, what are we going to do with that? I mean, there's only one man that can save us. So hopefully Arch comes our way. If not, we'll have to wait for Marshall Manning. It's going to be a long.
What, 8 years from now?
10
years from now. I think
it's going to be
10 or 11.
11, yeah. It's going to be a long season as a Giants fan coming up, man. But I mean, the Eagles did what they did, man. I mean, they were dominating teams all year. Number one defensive passing team in the NFL. I mean, they got two rookies at corner. They played phenomenal. I mean, the young offensive line, they have the youngest defense in NFL, so they're most likely going to be back in this game again or close to it. They got everybody locked up from Saquon to the two receivers to Jalen, offensive line. I mean, it's two defensive linemen they might lose, or one of them they might lose, depending on, because, that's what happens when you win the Super Bowl. Guys get paid. But so either Sweat or Williams, one of them, or maybe both of them, might end up on new teams, but I don't think that's going to matter much when you got Big Davis down there with Carter and Smith, and
Yep.
then Dean will be back. Um, so I mean, I don't want to say they need to run it back, but I feel like the Eagles are they're one of those teams that understand that running it back is just not enough. I mean, we see what they did when they went to the Super Bowl, and then they try to improve, and then they went out and got Saquon last year. So, I mean,
Hmm.
I'm only going to think they're going to do something big again. I wouldn't be surprised if they went out and got your boy Garrett. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't want to say they really have the cap room, but I mean, you kind of do. I think they got like 30 million to play with such a young defense. So,
Yep.
I mean, they got the room to do it, man. And
Yeah, they
then
do.
on the Chiefs end, I kind of feel like, uh, where do they go from here? I mean, they got a lot of
Right.
older guys.
Right.
Um, they're going to need to have to draft well, extremely well, as far as offense. Their defense, they got a bunch of young defensive guys hitting free agency. I don't know if that's going to be able to. I don't know if they're going to be able to retain all of them. They might put the tag on the linebacker. I forget his name. But I mean, they got a lot of guys hitting free agency, and then they really don't have anybody that they drafted that's besides Rice. Rice will be back. That'll be
Yep.
big for them. But they still gonna need another receiver on the other side. I'm not sure if they're able to make too much moves in free agency. They
Right.
got a lot of money tied up between the quarterbacks, tight ends, and the offensive linemen, and they're gonna have to improve that offensive line. They're just gonna need. I want to say that they need a lot more firepower, but they're gonna have to be really explosive on offense to
Yeah.
start to deal with some of these younger defenses in the NFL. Um,
Hmm.
there's a lot of teams in the division that are not too far behind them. I mean, if you're one of those teams like the Raiders or the
Yeah.
Chargers, I think these are the years you kind of go all in to be throwing Mahomes. I mean,
It is.
you've seen what they did on the Eagles put on tape. You're able to get that front four going and then put everybody out in coverage. It's going to be a long day for them, man. So
Yeah.
it's just because they don't really have guys that can bust plays open. There's no
Right.
more Tyreek Hill. Worthy played good, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Kelsey had a few drop passes. He's slowly diminishing. They're definitely gonna have to get another tight end or do something. His years are pretty much winding down, and that I mean, Pacheco. I think Pacheco's okay. I don't think he's the greatest running back, but I think
He kind of disappeared after he came back from his. He just never came
injury.
back the same.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think he's fully healthy. We'll see how it plays out for him next year. But for the Chiefs, I think you need a explosive dual threat quarterback as far as being able to run the ball and catch the ball. Because you ever
Hmm.
notice when the Chiefs, when they go into passing formations, they take Pacheco out and they throw somebody else in there. So we're gonna have to wait and see, man. Definitely happy
Hmm.
for the Eagles. Happy for my boys, Shayshawn Barkley, as some of the Commanders fans was calling him. Shout
Shay
out to
Sean.
yeah, Shayshawn.
That's
Shout out
funny.
to the shout out to the Giants for giving the Eagles a Super Bowl. Um, they gave away the Offensive Player of the Year. It's just
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Like I said earlier, though, I think that he was going to be wasted on that team anyways, on the Giants. So I don't disagree with them letting him go. They could have went about it in a better way, I think.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, if you know a guy has potential to do so much, like we need to start building around him.
Well, yeah, they should have
I
done that a while ago.
Yeah, I mean they unfortunately they made pivot to go with the quarterback and not the running back, and we see how
Yep.
that panned out.
Yep.
Then a bunch of defensive guys they let go. It just wasn't it was poor management by upper management. So
Sure.
you know, I mean we're still in another year of the same management. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this third overall pick if they decide to go quarterback or get Hunter if he's available. But
Yep.
it's gonna be it's gonna be a long few years. A lot of things that need to be fixed. It's not an overnight process. Hear rumors that your boy Stafford might come to New York, but I doubt that'll happen. I mean, if it did, I wouldn't mind if they got him and then ended up just trading for Cooper Cup too. Might as
Yeah.
well get Cooper Cup, Stafford, and
Just
then
just
let neighbors
reload with
yeah
yeah.
let neighbors cook on the other side. But
Yep.
then Tracy's not a bad running back, but he definitely gonna need some help in the backfield. Gonna need some improvements on the offensive line, defensive line. But
Yeah. Yeah.
like I said, we got a long way to go, man. But
Yep, for sure.
definitely a great NFL season. Definitely wish it was a shorter time frame between seasons, but I mean, we got a freaking another 7 months to go, man.
We do. It's gonna be a while now. This is where we're
Yeah,
at.
but yep. I mean, they're gonna still take up the news with the mock draft, NFL draft coming up in about 2 months. So it's gonna be mock draft central out here. Like I said, Giants got the third pick. You Jets had 7, and then speaking of your Jets, you guys are moving on from Rodgers, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. But I don't know what's option B, because I felt like I think it's the right move to move on, because I don't think that at this point he gives you the best chance to win, but it's also like, what's your plan? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like when you quit your job and you're like, cool, like it was a toxic place and I didn't like it, but now how am I going to pay my rent? And sometimes the Jets do the one part good, and we're cutting bait, we're saving. It's a smart move. I mean, if you look at the differences in the caps, like if they wait until next year, like if he plays this year, they essentially have to. It's almost like 2 years and 90 million of cap over the next 2 years. If they do it now, they can kind of spread it out and not take as big of a hit. But yeah, but I just, yeah, like I said, I'm just worried about what's the backup option.
I mean, you never know. You guys go out there, get Sam Darnold back up in there.
Nope, nope,
He played.
nope,
That's a
no,
no.
no,
JD vetoed it, so it's not happening.
nope, nope, nope.
Not sure
I
who.
mean, you're gonna really tuck your tail between your legs and go pay him an absorbent amount of money. I just, no, can't do it.
Maybe you guys go out and get Stafford.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how much he wants to play in New York. It wouldn't be a bad fit, though, to be honest.
Yeah, as I said, wouldn't be a bad fit, man. You guys get Stafford,
And
get
he
Cooper
knows
Cup.
Aaron. He knows Aaron Glenn.
Yep, you guys get
Um,
Cooper Cup in the deal. Then
yeah,
you got Cup,
I mean,
Cup Wilson, and then you guys got a running back. You got Hall, so
yeah. Like I
definitely
said,
can happen, man.
it's not a terrible move. I don't see Stafford leaving LA. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. I think that's what most people are predicting. Why would you want to leave LA? Especially coming from a team that was in the playoffs. You kind of want to be one of those. You kind of be one in the position to compete. So, I mean, LA might give them the best chance to do so. But we're gonna have to wait and see, man. You guys could also be
Yeah.
in the Arch sweepstakes too. So,
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah.
another.
We could be we could be there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want you guys up in there, but hey, I wouldn't mind seeing Arch in the Jets jersey though. I wouldn't mind that.
No, I mean, it would be the Manning they get that they didn't get in 98
Yeah.
or whatever, 97 when they had the first pick, or it was 96 they had the first pick and he
Hmm.
stayed in college.
Yep.
Um, and now Arch is going to be out there. Yeah, who knows? I mean, unfortunately the Jets will probably overachieve and win too many games to get a top pick, so it's kind of what they do.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see, man.
Yep,
But
for sure.
still looking forward to next season and this off season. There's gonna be a lot of stuff shaking up. So looking forward to seeing how these teams play the field.
Hmm.
And I think that's it for NFL. I don't think there was anything else.
I think that's all.
And then on to the NBA. We had the trade deadlines and stuff wrap up. Looks like the NBA was trying to take away ratings from the NFL with the trade deadline. I mean, we had a bunch of players got moved. We had Jimmy got moved from Miami to the Golden State Warriors. I don't know how I feel about the trade, but I feel like it was a default trade since Bradley Beal didn't want to waive his no trade clause and over in Phoenix. Just messed up the deal for everybody, so they just sent Jimmy to Golden State, man.
Yeah, and I heard some comments that this is kind of the exact player they needed. It kind of gives them a little bit of an identity, and someone who can get to the line late in the game, get some points, because they don't really, Steph is Steph obviously, but he doesn't really, he's not getting to the line. He's obviously outside shooter. He does get to the hoop, but not that often. So when you need some
Yeah,
tough hoops, Butler's kind of a good guy for that.
Yeah, I think he's great for them. As far as he'll be able to play defense, and then he works the middle of the floor, unlike
Yep, he
you know,
does.
unlike Steph, who's more perimeter shooting. And then Jimmy does a great job of um, getting other players around him to play well.
Yeah,
Somehow, I don't know how he does it, but he's able to push some of his teammates. We've seen that in Miami when they went on that run, and they got all these guys you never heard of getting buckets out of nowhere. So I kind of feel like Golden State's in a situation where they got a
yeah,
bunch of bench players that kind of need to step up and help them out. And maybe Jimmy's going to help them achieve that. So
yeah, yep.
then we had your boy Kyle Kuzma. He went from watching the Bucks. I think this is a weird trade for the Bucks, but I mean they also needed to get rid of Middleton. I mean
Hmm.
he's been on a carton of milk, missing since they won that championship, unfortunately due to injuries. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, your boy Kuzma's out the championship with the Lakers when they won in the bubble. So I mean, he,
I
I
didn't
mean, he,
realize how bad of a year Kuzma was having.
I mean, I think he's what average at 14, I think this year or something like that.
Yeah, I mean his efficiency numbers are just extremely low. He's
Yeah,
sort of disappeared lately. Like I just he always seemed like one of those. Well, since he got traded, he's going to be kind of like that 15-10 kind of guy. But
yeah,
apparently not the case.
yeah. But also, I think he was on Washington. Like that's where people go to die, so to say.
True.
Um, yeah, you feel like people that go there or get traded there, like they never, I don't say amount to anything, or it's just like you never hear from them again. Hear from them again. Even some people they draft,
Yeah.
like the rookie they drafted this year, you don't hear anything about them. Some of the previous guys they drafted really don't hear anything about them. It's just it's like the black hole of the NBA.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
uh,
I get it.
I mean, it gives him a chance to get inspired, get back on his feet, and help a team win.
Yeah.
Bucks are kind of in a position where they need to. They're competing with a lot of the other NBA teams. That third scorer is something that they've been missing. So we'll
Yeah.
see how he fits in with them. The trade I did like was your boy Fox to the Spurs.
Yeah, that
Um,
was a good one.
I mean, they didn't. I feel like they didn't give up anything to get him.
Spurs didn't give up anything.
Yeah, I mean that's a steal. That's a steal and a half. That's a steal. I think that's better than the damn Luka trade. But that's another story. But I
Yeah.
mean, they pretty much didn't give up anything to get him. He just walks in. Now you got a young guard to play with Wimby, and then I mean they kind of could fall back into the lottery. I'm not sure what other picks they have this year, but I mean, they're gonna be they're one of the up and coming teams, just like OKC, man, in the West, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think yeah, with Stephon Castle who's been playing awesome. Obviously Wemby, putting De'Aaron Fox in there, doing some pick and rolls with him and Wemby. Obviously, you still have Chris Paul right now, but who knows what his future looks like. But yeah, I mean, they're I mean, a couple years out, I mean, they could be contending for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
They got themselves a star. Like I said, they in a position to fall into the lottery with a few picks. They got somebody's picked that I'm looking at here from the Hawks. So
okay.
I mean, they got a chance. They got a chance to get another top pick.
Yeah,
I think you really want to stay if you can get. Obviously, you want to get number one, but I feel like the NBA is now gonna give Washington another first round pick again. So it's going to go to maybe New Orleans, or I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Philly. I ain't gonna lie, man, because
yeah.
they freaking suck. Process about to start back all over again. So some
Oh yeah.
nonsense. But anyways, the main trade that went down, had people going crazy, was the Luca and AD trade. Apparently, they were in talks about this for a few weeks. The Mavericks approached the Lakers about it. I mean, if you're on the Lakers staff, I mean that's a no brainer. I'm giving up a 32-year-old for a 25-year-old who just
Oh
took
yeah.
their team to the Western Finals, the Western Conference Finals, or the NBA. Yeah, was it? Yeah, Western Conference Finals. Um, that's a no-brainer. So,
Oh,
uh,
for sure. I there's a lot of probably a lot of people talk. Obviously, a lot of people talking about this, and I think that maybe some people get hung up on the whole like weight thing, and that's no reason I don't think to not to not at least try to get a better return, right? Like I don't think I think people would be okay with the trade if the Lakers gave up a haul, it was a bunch of picks and players and blah blah blah. But the fact that they got Anthony Davis and Max Christie and like a late round pick, like it to me that was kind of the atrocity that occurred. Whereas there's probably another 30 teams in the NBA who would have given up their whole rosters and future
Yeah,
for Luca. Like I said, I get if you're worried about the weight and you don't want to pay him, or you're worried about paying him. I mean, it's a big contract. It's a big investment, obviously, but you could have gotten a better return for him.
oh yeah, they definitely could have. The crazy thing is that shortly after, AD plays his first game and he's injured. So
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of all knew that was going to happen.
yeah, I mean, from the Mavericks, from the Mavs perspective, I guess they felt like Luka was not one of the stars that they wanted to invest over 300 million in, as far as his worth ethic,
Yeah,
from what they've seen. But I mean, still, like you
and like I
said,
said, I got no problem with that. If that's the business decision that you're going to make,
yeah,
cool, I get it.
you got to get
But
the maximum return on it
you
for
got
that.
to get a bigger return.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they dropped the ball there, but I've also heard conspiracy theory that they're also
Conspiracy
looking
theory.
to tank so they can move the team to Vegas. But
Yep,
that's what I heard.
I've heard this.
That's
There's a lot of speculation around that, and yeah, building I forget what it was, building something around Dallas too. If they did that, like a casino or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
there's a couple rumors flying around.
that's what I heard. You didn't hear that from me, but that's what I heard.
Yeah,
Um, but still, I mean, right now Dallas is sitting at the 8th spot, 2 games over 500, and now the Lakers are sitting at the 4th spot. So it's going to be interesting. I think down the line we will really see the impact of this trade, especially if Luka is able to win in LA,
hmm
or if Dallas is able to win with AD. It's going to be better for us to assess the trade or who got the better
yeah,
deal. But as of right now, it looks like the Lakers did get the better deal because they did get a 25-year-old for
yep,
a 32-year-old. So also it gives them a future player to build around after LeBron is gone. So you're definitely going to be seeing that as far as the next and during the off season, next seasons to come, them building around Luka.
yeah. And I think this is where the conspiracy theorists jump in, right? Like, how does LA keep getting guys like this like handed to them?
Yeah, I also heard another rumor that Joker's coming there next. So they're making an international team. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Jeez,
You ain't hear that from me, but that'll
the
be
Slovenians and Slovakians are going to
Slovakians.
play together.
Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous. But 'cause at that point, it really don't matter who else you got on the team, because we saw what Joker did. He's doing in Denver.
Yeah,
Having another outstanding year. He's probably not gonna get MVP this year just because of Shea. He's out there balling. But don't get me wrong, Nuggets are not too far from behind. I mean, about 10 games back, but
yeah,
they're still sitting at third in the West. So I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch, man.
yeah.
And then we got NBA All-Star Week coming up this weekend. I ain't gonna lie, might not check it out, man.
I'm not going to be watching. I can assure you.
Might check out the 3-point contest, but
Yeah, that one's usually decent. I used to love it from start to finish, like starting with the rookie game on Friday, getting the skills game, like, and then obviously the 3-point dunk contest, and then the game on Sunday it was just always a fun weekend, and now it's just, I don't know,
yeah, I
not as
mean,
fun as it used to be.
definitely not, man. I mean, 3-point contest, they got your boy Jalen. I don't think he's gonna win it, but I'll take a chance. We got Cameron Johnson, Buddy Hield, Dame. I like the fact that Dame is doing it. I mean, he's won it multiple times before. Um,
Yeah.
Going out to defend the title, Norman Powell, boy from Miami, Darius Garland.
hmm
But I know Caitlin Clark turned it down. I'm glad she
Yeah.
did. Just because their WNBA is in a position to, in my opinion, take over ratings as far as the
hmm
NBA. NBA's ratings have been lackluster, in my opinion, just because players really don't care. That's what to me. It
Right.
just seems like they don't care.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And I feel like the WNBA players women do care because they're not making enough money, as much money compared to the men. And they're expanding. They got a lot of talent coming out. It's
Hmm.
definitely be worth the watch, man.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I don't think there was really anything else in NBA going on.
Yeah.
Then for some reason, the freaking Celtics keep beating the Knicks.
Yeah. They just know how to play the Knicks.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you guys get up for this game. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
all of us Tatum, freaking all these previous games, I try to put a parlay on Tatum, get 20 points, or he's doing 15, not doing anything, and all of a sudden, the one night I don't pick him against New York, he drops 40, right? So
Yeah. Well, you knew that was going to happen.
yeah, of course, freaking NBA players get on my nerves with these parlays, man.
I know. I know. I know it.
And then on to MLB, nothing really here. Spring training around the corner, nothing really
Yeah.
going on.
Pitchers and catchers are coming out.
Yep. So I mean, we want to see what happens. We're gonna see what the Dodgers dream team does this year. They can take it all. About to make that bet. Put that line in right now so they can take it all.
Right. Yep. 100%.
NHL season's going strong. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. They got this is like their All-Star weekend too. They got Canada versus Sweden tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Four
Um,
Nations.
yep, Four Nations. Then they got USA versus Finland on Thursday, and then Saturday, USA versus Canada, Finland versus Sweden. I think this is an interesting take on what they're doing, but
Yeah.
I'm just not that big on hockey like that. Hockey All-Star weekend. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but I mean, it is in Boston, so I'm sure people are gonna go check it out. Um,
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
The Monday games. So
I was gonna say I used to like to watch the when they would do the All-Star game and they had like this is like old school and they had like the tail on the puck. It was kind of cool and fun to watch. And I do love Olympic hockey. I don't think this is going to be that. But it's they're at least the NHL's open like trying different things and more so lately the NBA has too. But yeah, it's tough with
yeah, but
the
no, but the thing is, the difference is that the participation, right? So the NBA tries to do all these different things, but then when it's time for the players to show up, the players don't show up. Compared
right.
to other sports like baseball or hockey, they'll do like all these different innovations or try new things, but the players are still in tune and doing it. So I mean, for the NBA, that's why it loses the ratings. Like, why would you want to try this? Um, like let's say like the NBA does the skills challenge or something like that, and you
Yep.
have all these no name people trying to drive a new innovation. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like hey, we have a new movie with like Scott Ridley, but no stars in it that you ever heard of. So
Right.
it's like, all right, I'm not gonna go see that.
No.
So I mean, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot when it comes to that. But all these other sports are doing the right thing. So eventually they'll. But the NBA is not even the number one rated sport, which is the crazy thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, somebody will figure it out once they
Someone
get down
will.
to the bottom, and then they're going to be scrambling. And then not much in college going on. Like we all know, Cooper Flag is legit number one pick. They did catch
Yeah.
a loss the other
Tough
day.
tough loss.
Yep. But I mean, that's part of the game, man.
It is.
Um, can't go undefeated. But I mean, he's still doing great, man. He shows up every game, no complaints, man. I'm definitely March Madness is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
From what I'm seeing with some of these teams, whether it be some of the Big East teams, whether it be some of the SEC teams.
Yeah.
Then you got Duke in there. Then you got some of the independents. I mean, Gonzaga's always up in there. It's gonna be fun to watch, man.
Yeah, I think I feel like college is now or college has kind of turned into it really just it could be anyone in the tournament. I don't think there's any real dominant team. You saw, the 1, 2, and 3 seeds all lose on Sunday or
Yep.
Saturday. Um, yeah, it just seems like there's, on any given day, someone's, which is fun. I kind of like that. I know some people get bent out of shape about it, but I like it.
Yeah, because it makes the game more fun. It makes every game count. So
Yeah,
even on the women's side, I noticed on the women's side that they're playing a lot of the bigger teams are playing each other early.
yeah, I've
And
noticed that. Yep.
we never seen that before. I think before they would just all play in conference and then some lower mid teams, and then in the tournament they're playing these bigger teams for the first time. But I
Yeah,
feel like everybody's playing everybody, so everybody's getting battle tested for the tournament. So
right.
it's definitely gonna be fun to watch. Obviously the favorites are the favorites as far as South Carolina, UCLA, and USC is probably up there, and then everybody else is up for the taking. So,
Absolutely.
and then on to PGA. I mean, we had Pebble Beach wrap up the last weekend.
Yep.
Boy Rory took it down. I think he won by
Yep.
like 2 strokes. How you feeling, man? You think he's back or what?
So what's interesting about this is the first time he's won in California and on the West Coast. He just doesn't win out there for some reason. I don't know why. He can't really explain it either. And yeah, the way he played Saturday and Sunday, I thought he was really good. It was a shot on 14, 13. He went driver, on a ridiculous line, 7-iron, and hit the eagle putt, maybe 15 actually, to kind of, I would say put it away. Historic course, Pebble Beach. With Rory, it's always, his putter. I would say it's his putter and his wedge game. You never have to worry about his irons are always good. His drivers, he's probably one of the best drivers on tour. You just never know what you're going to get with his putter. So if he gets that dialed in, yeah, I mean, I could, the guy hits the ball a mile, and he's super accurate. So if he can figure out the shorter game, I think he could be in contention at every tournament. But I think we got to see it, right? So he did it at Pebble Beach, which was cool. But we got the Masters are in 57 days, something like that. So we're inside of 2 months. That's the big one for him. That would give him the career Grand Slam. So he's going to dial it up for the Masters for sure.
Oh yeah. So that's when it really counts, man. So
yeah.
The thing is, you kind of want to have momentum in some of these tournaments. So
Sure.
When the Masters come, you just don't flop out on the first day. But we're gonna have to wait and see. We got what is it? I forget what it's called. Gennett. Was it Gennett?
Oh, the Genesis.
Oh, Genesis. Yeah, Genesis Invitational. I believe this weekend. So on the bad note.
Yeah, that's the one that's well. Last week was the Waste Management, which is always it's the party tournament. You see all the videos come out of guys stumbling all around the course, which is it looks like a good time to go to. And we had Thomas Dietrich actually from Belgium. He closed it out. He had some big names kind of on his heels coming down the stretch, but he birdied 15, 16, 17, and 18 to win by 6. So that was cool. He's kind of a lesser known guy, but I think over the last couple of years he's played some really good golf. And good for him to win it there. But yeah, this week is the Genesis, normally played at Riviera in Los Angeles. Obviously with the fires and such, they didn't feel it'd be appropriate to play the tournament there. So they moved it down to La Jolla at Torrey Pines, which they've played where they play the Farmers, which they played a few weeks ago. So yeah, everything got moved down to there. I know what you were going to say. Unfortunately, this is Tiger's tournament. And he was planning on playing. Unfortunately, his mom passed away a week and a half ago or so now, and he's just not mentally there. Understandable. But it would have been nice to see him get a little warm up. But of course, he's super familiar with before we get to Augusta.
Yeah, definitely would have. But like I said, obviously, if you're not ready to play, you're not ready to play, especially with the loss of his mom. There's definitely some you're gonna need a lot more time than expected to recover from. So, hopefully he's able to get back in the right space between him and his family and get back out there. So people love to see him. So.
Oh yeah.
And then that might be it for sports. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think so.
And it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so this week we got a chicken bacon ranch bowl. You know how much I like the bowls. So this one has a potato base. So chopped up the potatoes in cubes, hit them with a little bit of avocado oil, paprika, Cajun seasoning, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Put them in the air fryer for about 25 minutes to get them nice and crisp. While that's going on, diced up some chicken and season the chicken with salt, pepper, Cajun seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. Got that going. Oh, actually, before that, threw some bacon on the grill, crisped that up, and then threw the chicken on top of that with a little bit of that bacon grease left over, and then also steamed some broccoli on the flat top as well. So seasoned that with a little garlic, salt, pepper, a little bit of avocado oil, and got that going. So yeah, kind of grilled everything up, and then took the potatoes, put those at the bottom. Put the chicken chopped up on top of the potatoes, sprinkled it with a little bacon, added some broccoli in there, and then sprinkled some cheese on top, and then made a homemade protein ranch. It was cottage cheese, ranch seasoning, onion powder, garlic, and a little bit of milk. Blended that all up and put that on top of the bowl, and good to go.
Oh, man, that sounds great, man.
Yeah, another good one for the heat up for sure. Heats up well.
Yeah, man, I've been trying all these different sauces. That sounds good. With I found this Chipotle barbecue sauce from I think it's not Ken's. What's that one called? From Kinder's. That's what it was.
Okay.
They have a black cherry Chipotle barbecue sauce.
Black cherry Chipotle.
It's pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Was it good? I do
Yeah.
like. I love Chipotle.
Yeah, it has a nice little barbecue tang kick to it. It's pretty good, man. I've been throwing it on all types of chicken dishes, and honestly, I feel like you can put on anything. I actually mixed it with the cane sauce. Now it was out of control, man.
Was it?
Yeah, but all of a sudden once I like something, then I can't find it again. So I've been trying to find it. I only had one bottle of it because I bought a bunch of like the different Kinder sauces to try them out, and that was one that stuck with me. So I'm back on the hunt for some more sauces, man. And then what'd you guys drink that down with?
I'm trying to find the name of this beer. So I was back up in Massachusetts last week. While I was out there, I grabbed some Treehouse, and I was trying to find the name of this beer. So they're doing a new series with one of my favorite hops, Citra. They're basically, to look at it, they're like trying different ways to use it. I think like just how can we push the limits essentially with the hops. I was trying to find the name of it, but I don't know if I could get it. Let's see. Sorry. Oh yes, it's so it's called Evolution of Citra Part 3. This one again, they're trying. I think they're trying different areas of Citra hops. So this one they brewed and then they dry hopped with some Citra. And it was it comes in at 7.2%, so not too bad, but it was extremely fruity. It was had that grapefruit flavor up front, very citrusy, still milky in the way that it looked. Overall I thought it was fantastic. It went down probably too smooth.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was delicious. I'd probably give it a 8.5 8.8.
Oh man, that's banging. That's
Yeah, it was
I feel like
good.
that's one of the highest rated ones ever. Definitely add that to the top of the list now.
Yeah, no, it was good.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. Then on to the BRRs this week. I mean, we finished up the Night Agent second season. There's a lot of
I'm almost there.
or you almost finished it?
Almost finished.
I feel like there's a lot of bad
Just
acting. Bad acting is.
yeah, that guy. I just got to the part where they killed the French person in New York, the DSG person.
Yeah.
When they were like listening in, and but yeah, I think that Solomon Vega guy is like a terrible actor. I don't think any of the Iranians that they have are very good.
Yeah. I don't like the head cop either, the black lady. She's kind
Oh,
of
Catherine.
yeah, she kills me too sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think it's a little.
I don't know if dry the right word or
Yeah, I just feel like they don't. Yeah, maybe dry is the right word.
yeah, it's just not it's not hitting like the first season. So,
No.
but I mean, so far it's okay. But I also
Yeah,
think it was
the storyline's decent. I did like that scene with the guy going to Iran to pick up the mom and the son.
yeah,
I thought that was a pretty cool scene.
yeah.
But I do think too, like the main guy, Peter is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if he's the best actor either.
Well, that's the thing. He like you're supposed to be like a secret. I won't say like a secret service, but like somebody that's like in a special government program. Like
Yeah,
you're supposed to be able to like have some kind of moves. Like
yeah,
I want to say he don't have to be he doesn't have to be exactly like Jason Bourne, but like his
yeah,
fight scene should be like should get you hyped. Like oh okay he's fighting again. Okay he's doing a nice little move, but it's just like a tug of war match in his fights, and then
yeah.
somebody gets a weapon and they finish the other person off, or it's
Right.
just not like rememberable fight scenes.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
So I think if they do decide to do a third season, maybe give them some more better action scenes or something like
Mm-hmm.
that or something. But I won't spoil it how it ends for you.
Okay.
I ended up going back and watching The Agency straight through. It's okay. Pretty much about a spy working for the government, and he ends up falling in love with somebody, and then can't really give too much away, but I won't say he prioritizes the relationship over his work. So
Yeah.
that always becomes a problem. So it looks like they're gonna do another season. I don't know if I'll watch or not. I don't know if it'll get renewed for another season. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. But I mean, there's a lot of star power in the show that
Yeah.
people have money invested in it and they think it's going to do well. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, we still got Dexter Original Sin. I took a break from that show right now.
Yeah.
Watching The Pit, that is good. From everybody I know that works in the hospital, they pretty much say is like on point as far as
Yeah.
like
It does
things
seem like it. Yeah.
things they do, stuff they encounter on a day-to-day basis. So overall, decent show. I'm going to be interested to see how it ends up. I think they got 5 episodes out now. 5, I think 5.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a one and done, so I don't think they'll be bringing it back. So, but that's always interesting when shows get scheduled for a one and done and it does good, and then they bring it back, and then when they bring it back, it doesn't do too good. So,
Right. Right.
and then checked out Paradise. Good show, I must say, but I don't want to spoil it. Um, there's 2 similar shows out now that are kind of like this show.
Okay.
It seemed like they combined it, but I'm not too exactly sure, but we'll see what happens. So far, they got 4 episodes out. Watched all 4. Might be 5 coming out this week. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how this show pans out compared to the other 2 shows it reminds me of. I don't think this one's written off a book, so I'm interested to see where they're pulling from. But
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of this one has a lot of similarities to a particular one show. I don't want to say it, but because I wasn't expecting this when I was watching the show. So when you watch it, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it for you, but overall, it's a
Okay.
good show though. Good
Okay.
acting, interesting things going on as far as like little fingerish type of moves and dealings going on. But overall, it's a good show.
All right. All right.
And then some other shows still waiting. I won't say waiting, but got them queued up when I get a chance. Still the Jackal. I know I've been procrastinating on that show. Mayfair Witches, maybe on episode 3 of season 1. I still didn't check out that Missing You yet. Trying to think, I feel like there was something else I watched, got through. I don't remember what it was though. Yeah, I don't think it was anything else. I know this week they got Yellow Jackets, White Lotus, um, Love Is Blind coming back, so it's gonna be a jam-packed weekend.
Yeah. It's gonna be I think like the next few weeks. You said you got White Lotus, you got Yellow Jackets, you got who's the other one? I just totally blanked. White Lotus, Yellow Jackets. I think there's a third one.
Love Is Blind that comes back this week,
There's no Love Is Blind yet.
and then Severance is on now, but I'm still waiting to watch that. Trying to think what else. There's a few other stuff, man. There's that Hunting Party one. I had the girl
Which one?
from the Hunting Party.
It's just
It might be. It might be out already. I don't think it got good reviews though.
okay.
I had the girl from the what was that show called? The one with the plane. Plane went missing. It came back 5 years later.
The flight.
Yeah, the flight joint, whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
What's it called? Yeah, I can't. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think the sister's the head girl in there. Yeah, and then it's just those new ones. I started watching On Call. That one's on Amazon. That one's okay.
Okay.
Follows follows like cops, pretty much on call.
hmm
But it seems to be like some kind of conspiracy thing going on there. But I'll get back to it. But I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, there wasn't really much else I think out there. There's a bunch of stuff I'm gonna catch up on, so but I'm taking my time, so
Yeah. Got to.
I'm not gassed out when we have a drought. So then I think that's pretty much it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.